Hello guys, today we are going to look at how to create something like this inside of Photoshop. Okay, so over here I have image of a splash, then I need the cup. Let me just come over here and get an image of the cup. Cup. Okay, there we have it. So I'll just come over to this place and drop the cup inside. Alright, so I'll press Ctrl 0 and I want to use my crop tool to crop some part of this cup, so I'll just hold down the Alt key to crop it simultaneously. Okay, can see that. Now we want to bring in this image over here, so I'll just use my move tool, click and drag all the way to this place. So we have this image inside of this place, so the image is on top of this layer. Let's double click on the cup layer and make sure we remove the lock. Then the next thing for us to do is to change the color of this image a little bit and position it very well so that it blends with the cup. So let's hold down the Alt key and click on it, then we create a new layer above it, press B on the keyboard to grab our brush tool so we can paint this with our brush, but we want to paint it with this color of the wine. So I'll just sample this color, this red color. We want to start painting it red, but before we paint I want to change the blending mode of these two colors so that my painting will automatically sync with the selection. Okay, so let me just increase the size and paint this. So I'm done painting it. I'm going to press Ctrl D to deselect. So you can see here we now have this layer with this. So as I move them around, let me just undo that. So shift select this, you can see I have the cup. You can see we're having more like a red splash. Very much easy. The next thing to do is to merge both of them together, merge layer, then we make a copy of this in order to make it a little bit thicker and more realistic. Then I also want to select the two and press Ctrl E to merge them. Then I want to change the blending mode, the way it blends with this cup a little bit. So I'll just select it, make sure I'm holding down my move tool, then I'll hold down the shift plus the plus keyboard on your keyboard, so that will toggle this blending mode over here. Okay, so as I'm pressing that, it's changing the blending mode until I see something that blending more. I kind of like the linear bond because it gives it this rigid color around it. Okay, but you can still toggle further and get other blend that might interest you. So I also like the hard lights. I also like the darkening because it makes it look as if the splash is coming out from the water right there. So we can make use of that, and we can still look at other ones in case we don't like this, but let's just work with this for now. And another thing we can do is to create a new layer above it, then change our fill to white, change the blending mode to white a little bit. I'll press B on the keyboard to grab the brush tool. So make sure we select the layer again and we can paint on it. So I want to paint it with white color. So the reason why we are not seeing that white is because we've blended this layer kind of. So let's just switch this to normal so you can see we have a white color on it. So I want to also bring this layer, so let me make a copy of it and change the blending mode to normal. Then I can paint white on this. So on this paint, I'm going to change the color to white. So let's deselect. You know what, let me just delete these two layers. So we are back to this. Another thing we can do if we don't want to go through that process, our drawing area, is to toggle this blending mode until we see something like this, so we can work with the linear light. It's not bad. And also, if you look at the formal example, the one I have here, this place is actually white. So what we can do is to toggle the blending mode to give us the white, something like this, linear dodge. So once we have the linear dodge, we can now use our brush tool. We create a new layer and change the brush to color. Then we can sample the red color. And paint, but right now it's not painting it the way it should. So we have to deselect that and delete this layer. So what we can do is to make copy of this layer in order to make this more thicker. Then we'll merge these two together. So immediately we do that, you can see we have more of a better result, just like the one we have in this place. So this is pretty much easy to do. Now the next thing for us to do is to make one more copy of this and try to play with the blend mode so that it blends in more. So we need something like saturation that will give us more of a saturated water effect in the cup. So I think I'm gonna go with this. I think I like this. Then I also want to reduce the opacity of this layer a little bit. Alright, so I'm also going to create a new layer. Grab my brush tool, right click, then quickly come over to water splash. So I will use this water splash here, the one that is giving me this color. I'll press D on the keyboard to reset my foreground and background color to black and white. Then I'll press X on the keyboard to make the white color the foreground color. Then with this in mind, you can easily get a new splash just like that. Now I can do this the other way around, but let's just add a new splash there. Press Ctrl T on the keyboard for free transform, or come over to image and choose free transform. You can see the shortcut is Ctrl T. Then quickly rotate this minus 180 degree. So we'll just type in 180 and we want to position this right here. Just want this to give us more of a realistic splash. Okay, so the next thing for us to do is to tie down the opacity a little bit. Okay, somewhere there we add a layer mask, then we use our brush to get rid of some parts. You can right click and reset your brush so that you use more of regular brush. Okay, so I'm just using the left and right bracket key on my keyboard to get rid of this. And you can see that. So we now have a nice reflection around this place. So the next thing I did was to make copy of this and change the blending mode also. That will actually bring out more of the brightness of the cup itself. Then I made another copy of it as well with the same blending mode, but I added a layer mask to it in order to remove this place that is bleeding out. So I can just get rid of that place in this place, kind of. So you can see it's pretty much easy. One other thing was to make a copy of this, send it to the top and add a layer mask to it. Press B on my keyboard in order to bring this in. So I wanted to create the impression that this is actually in the cup. So you get the idea, right? So just paint this a little bit. So it's very much easy to create your own fancy cup in Adobe Photoshop. And the reason why I love this application is there are so many things you can do with it. The only limit to what you can do is your imagination. So just keep on having fun with the application and create some wonderful designs for yourself and for your project and for so many other things. I believe you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to this channel because there is more tutorials coming on your way, more tips and tricks. Do not forget to visit my website www.elibel.com. There you can get in touch with us and view more tutorials. Lots and lots of tutorials are on the site and also on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our Facebook page for updates regularly, and also follow us on Twitter at Elibel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.